Hello. Thanks for clicking on our video. We're going to be jumping into Star Wars The Acolyte, Episode 1, doing a full plot breakdown and talking about what we thought about Episode 1. Does it stink? Is it horse piss? Let's find out together. What do you think the story's about in these first two episodes?
I think the story is about an assassin who is an acolyte. I assume acolyte means that it's a Sith acolyte, right? Because that's what they call their apprentices.
Who knows?
And I know there's Trinity lady, and they're doing like a bunch of Matrixy stuff, and the plot is basically a murder mystery. It's like a buddy cop murder mystery.
That'd be cool. that's not a bad thought.
You know, they're Star Wars, they're Disney Star Wars, so they do all of this like faux intellectualism and this deep themes and
fake
thoughts.
Deep.
And
yeah.
We say lots of words and they're supposed to sound really profound.
There's a lot of that. And the longer you think about the sentences that they say, the worse that it gets. So let's just jump right into it.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, it says 100 years before the rise of the Empire, which implies it's 100 years before the end of Revenge of the Sith, or somewhere around there.
That makes sense.
90 years before Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
So Yoda's walking around in his mid-700s or whatever?
Yeah, he should be
87 years before. The thing to note, though, is that we are reading into this as if it has meaning when it actually doesn't.
Yep.
Let's get it.
Okay. Here we go.
I already know we're only going to make it
10 seconds.
Attack me with all your strength.
how incredibly awkward it is that she's like standing right next to the table.
Why does she look like she's at the same level as them sitting down?
And then Dara is sitting on the other side of the table, and it's like, how are you two going to engage in a fight right now?
Attack me, Jedi. Jedi do
So emotional.
Yes, you do.
You bastards, you attack innocent, unarmed people. Oh, no. Jedi don't attack unarmed people. Why would she even respond in that way?
Yeah. That was so deep.
The reason that that Indara responds that way is that so this can be set up.
Yeah.
Right?
Because that's not what a normal person would, like, she would say, I won't attack.
I'm not just going to attack you because you asked me to, you freaking psycho.
Yeah.
I didn't think about this before. I thought they attacked her first.
No, she just kicked the guy.
She just kicked him in the temple and killed him.
That dude's dead.
He's dead.
And then the other guy, like, just put his hand, like, on her shoulder, right?
Yeah. Look at the reaction on our Jedi Master's face after she just killed one of his friends.
She's supposed to be
one of her friends.
She's a peacekeeper, and she's gonna watch her, like, kick the shit out of these people.
This is Star Wars. The traumatic brain injuries aren't really a thing. It's an easy medical fix. You know,
what did bro do to deserve a kick to the temple?
Oh, man.
Okay,
just trying to have a
so
drink.
she didn't have to come in with all this, hefty dialogue. She could have just started with that and got the same results.
Exactly. But you have to establish
for sure.
This line of attack me with all your strength, I think it's supposed to come through with her master that she's trying to prove something. She's trying to prove her
She's
strength.
a Goku character, right? She's like, I heard you're strong. Walks into the bar.
Or Saitama, yeah. All right, let's keep going. Oh no, my pistol's stuck in its holster.
Bro's gun rusted into his belt because he never pulled it out before.
He hasn't used his gun in so long. It's just completely stuck in the holster. Whoever designed this fight, whoever choreographed this fight, that's one of the first things that they decided on. Was he's not going to be able to draw his pistol because it's stuck in his holster.
I feel like you go to choreographer hell for something like that. That's like the only deadly sin is to have an idiot like not be able to draw his gun.
Yeah,
and it's so explicit. The camera focuses on it and everything, and you're implying, right? You're implying that if he was able to pull his pistol out and shoot her immediately, that she would be dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Whoever was directing that was sipping a soy latte. There's no other reason something like that.
But it's one of the first things that happens in the entire show, right?
So we're 2 minutes
is a
in.
plot convenience.
We're 2 minutes
Are we
in.
setting up Precedence.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes into the show, and she is already only alive because that guy's gun was stuck in his holster.
Because of a plot convenience, yeah.
Otherwise, the show would be over.
Right. Let's sit here and stare at each other for like.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened there?
I
Did
hate-
she switch hands?
I hate
Yeah.
the idea. Yeah, I hate the idea that she's holding her with the force, right? She stopped her, but she's using the force to only hold her hand right there.
Right.
But
no,
not-
not even her hand, Levi.
Yeah.
She was probably holding the blade. That's why she was able to
No,
like,
but
let
she was
go,
able to
and
let
then
go
she
of the bl-
distracted her.
It doesn't make any sense.
She lets go
'Cause,
of the
like-
blade and puts it in the other hand.
Yeah. So what is she holding with the
What it-
force? If she can move her entire body and drop the blade with her by opening her hand, so is she just holding her forearm?
That's a good
She
point.
was using force friendship bracelet where it grabbed you right around the wrist.
Yeah. But that's like the sticky thing that they brought up now with like a bunch of the Disney Plus shows is the force users are constantly like stopping each other with the force.
Right.
Whereas they never did that before because not
Right.
that they necessarily couldn't do it, but they just didn't do it. Like they would force push, pull, and choke. That's like the things that they would do. It was almost
Right,
like
and
because
because
it's cheating
I'm-
if you just grab them with the force. But
I'm assuming Goku here is the acolyte, and so she is force sensitive, right?
She's gonna use the force here very shortly, but it's just
Okay.
it's irritating. Like the first thing that the Jedi Master asks her is, "Who trained you?" As if that's the most pressing thing here, out of the things that are happening,
Right.
right? Like,
Yeah.
imagine you're in this Jedi Master's shoes. Like, why is that the first thing? Why is that the most pressing thing here that you're asking in the middle of this fight? Especially because, like, if you think about how incompetent this person is, I think we should maybe get to the end of the fight and then we can talk about all this.
yeah.
Surely this can't be an actual assassination, though, right? Because you wouldn't do something as incompetent in an assassination as walking in, declaring your presence, and saying, "Fight me," and then punching your friends.
That's a really
you
good-
know.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
That's a really good point. So let's see where this leads.
I'm gonna murder this innocent girl.
Force user.
What's the threat of that interaction? She holds the blade to her throat.
Yeah.
To
Well, it
to
doesn't-
threaten what?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because she runs away, even though she's wanting to fight her,
Right.
and she
Well,
runs away.
If you noticed the scene after that, she didn't hold the knife to her and just
Yeah.
totally forgot her. So I think what happened there was a bit of a ninja assassin brain fart where she was like hostage, and then she's like, "Wait, why would I use a hostage? This isn't a hostage."
She's not
I'm
pointing a
trying
gun
to
at
kill
me.
her."
Why am I doing this?
I'm not threatening her with anything. I want to fight her.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, the point of this sequence existing is so that the Jedi Master can save somebody.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she use the
Established.
leverage of a hostage to disarm the Jedi? Because the Jedi still has their lightsaber. She could have used the hostage to be like, "Hey, throw me over your weapon," because she was trying to get it a second ago anyway.
Right.
Prime opportunity.
Yeah, she reached for it even though she hasn't like used it yet. It's kinda
Man, we'll
interesting.
just have to see how this plays out.
Okay, first thing,
Every time I
first
watch
thing
this,
I
it gets
noticed-
worse.
Yeah.
First thing I noticed there in that little interaction was that the Jedi was constantly closing the distance.
Yeah. For what
Is
reason?
that overconfidence or what?
Why does she put her in a lock
She's-
to then push her away?
She's putting herself in danger.
Yeah, she's literally just toying with the assassin. That's the only possible
Yeah.
explanation.
She keeps closing the distance with her
Right.
and then force pushes her away once she has her in a lock.
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
Right. Overconfidence? I don't
It would
know.
make sense if she's like kind of got out of it and was like about to stab her, so she pushes her away. But no, she has her in a full on lock, and then she's like, push you away.
Yeah. And then she closes the distance. Why did you
Yeah.
push her away? Oh no, don't look at my forehead tattoo. So in this scene here, Jedi Master Indara beat her very easily.
Yeah.
Did not kill her. Our assassin here just lets her do this, right? She's about to force push her away. But she did not in this moment, so it's implied that It's implied that she would have just let her stab her, right? No, it's because the script required this conversation to happen.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? I'm here to kill you.
I thought that was obvious.
A Jedi doesn't pull her weapon unless prepared to kill.
A Jedi doesn't pull
Really?
her weapon unless prepared to kill. You can't think of any other reason to pull her weapon? I don't know, to defend herself from knives being thrown at her?
To block flying knives. No, she only pulled out to kill.
What if
Holy cow.
what if you pull out your weapon in order to kill someone who's attacking innocent people? Why is that portrayed as if it's a bad
Who
thing?
told
Yeah.
you that? Who told you that?
Who
That's
told
worthy
bro
of,
that?
Yeah.
That's worthy of a YouTube context banner.
Oh man, that's so deep. Oh man, Jedi's only pull out their weapon when they're prepared to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Except for later when somebody uses it as a fucking flashlight.
No, it's just like gun finger discipline, you know? It's like don't put
Yeah.
your finger on the trigger unless you're going to shoot.
Yeah.
Right?
Hmm.
And because she said that, she's going to lower her lightsaber because she said that.
Wait, I'm not gonna kill you, even though you've tried to kill 6 people now, including me. Oh no!
Oh, my pots and pans.
I'm just looking for a
Thought
fresh
I'd
brew.
loot up the place while it's going wrong. Oh,
So there's a lot to break down here.
like that alien. He's just down there looting the shop, and then there's a knife at him, and he's like, "Huh?"
Obviously, the way
Oh
that
my
this
God.
is portrayed and shot, it's laughable to think that Indara couldn't have done anything except stop the knife when it's an inch away from the bartender. She could have force pushed her. She could have force incapacitated her, frozen her, force pulled her, attacked her, thrown her lightsaber at her. Anything to
Could've just
defend
moved
the
knife off
innocent
a couple
barkeep.
inches.
Yeah, because the Jedi gives her a look like she knows what she's about to do, but doesn't do anything about it.
That's
until
the
knife
point of
is
the
an
shot.
inch away.
Is
Yeah.
that she knows what she's about to do.
Yeah.
Attack this innocent person.
She doesn't like force push her or like force hold her.
So
Right.
what we have
You
here,
see-
gentlemen, is the dumbest Jedi Master that's ever been portrayed.
What we have here is a setup and payoff, because if you remember earlier, she was willing to take a hostage and threaten their lives, and so this is the payoff. She's actually willing to take those lives in order to win, but then, you know, she let that guy go earlier, so I don't know.
This is how she got one up on a Jedi Master. She tried to kill an innocent person and then stabbed her. Let's not beat around the bush here. The Jedi Master lost this fight more than the assassin won it. She messed around and didn't beat
found
her
out.
while she put all of these people in danger and ended up losing her life because of it. Good riddance. What an idiot.
So I'm assuming that originally she didn't kill her because she was intrigued with her face being masked, right? She's just like out
I
of pure
guess so, yeah.
curiosity, right?
Why would you be curious
then-
who your assassin is? They're trying to kill you.
Who knows? But so she finds out who
You know
she
you
is,
can
and then
still find out
obviously
who
she's
they are
someone
after
she
you kill them,
recognizes.
right?
And then so she's like, who the hell are you?
She
And
should've-
then, you know, obviously that gives her some kind of misgivings and just ending the fight for some reason. Who knows? And then obviously I was joking about the alien looting up the place, but I'm assuming he's one of the ones that was knocked out earlier and he's just now getting up, right? And he knocks over some cans. Is that what we're meant to
No,
understand?
we're about to find out in a second what he was doing
Well, you did see that he was the bartender at the start.
in the beginning scene.
Yeah.
Oh, he just didn't run out with everyone?
Yeah.
No, he
he's
didn't.
just
I wonder
standing
why.
My whiskey. Oh. I ran off and left my child.
I was just coming back from my child.
Oh.
So she's an assassin, and she decides she's about to murder this guy, so that she's not given away because she's supposed to be an assassin.
Yeah, she's tried to kill 4 people now.
Yeah, but she attacked the place in broad daylight and then left the witness guy because
But
he's
I'm not-
a dad.
Yeah,
she's
I'm
a
not
good
gonna
guy
give-
at
yeah.
heart, man.
Yeah, she's just a really good person. at
She's just
heart, 'cause
misunderstood.
She wouldn't kill the father of
Just
a
like
child.
Reva.
Yeah.
I hate that I have to watch this again.
Oh my god. Same.
Is that merchandise?
Yes.
It's merchandise, buddy.
I'll take your entire stock.
Oh, I just have my cute little robot companion here that makes cute little chirps and whirps and comes along with me on all of my adventures.
If I was in the Star Wars universe, I would have a cute little robot sidekick.
Trade feds never use the shields.
Maybe. That's why they need it repaired.
God damn it. I hate every line of dialogue in this piece of crap show. It starts out with, oh, why didn't you come out with us last night? Clearly trying to establish the alibi, right?
Yeah.
Because right now it wants you to think that this is the murderer, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not the murderer, Isaiah, because they're twins. So what we have here is our main character named Osha. And Philip here, his line is, why didn't you come out with us to Nar Shaddaa? And Osha's response is, it's none of your business what I do with my spare time. Philip then says, no rest for the wicked, eh? And she says, the wicked rest, they just don't brag about it. As if him saying that they had a good time on Nar Shaddaa was him bragging about what he was doing in his spare time. He was just letting her know that she missed out on a good time.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
And because she says it's none of your business what I was doing, after he didn't ask.
Yeah. He
His
didn't ask
reply-
what she was doing. He just asked why she didn't come with him.
She's like, it's
No,
none of your
the reason-
business. And she's like, no rest for the wicked, eh? You're like, what?
The reason why you hype up something that your invited friend didn't tag along to is so that they hopefully go to the next one, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But she's like an asshole to him the whole time.
No rest for the wicked. Well, did I say that I was working? She just says that it's none of his business. So his response doesn't really make any sense. And then this next line with the trade feds.
Yeah.
Right, guys? The trade feds. I'm such a quirky Zoomer. I abbreviate everything because that's what Zoomers do. The trade feds.
That's so cool.
Oh, that's so fucking cringe.
He's like, we gotta
love it.
We gotta fix the shields. And she was like, what? They don't use their shields for some reason.
Why did trade fed? How does she know that trade feds
Yeah.
don't use their shields? What reason would she have to say something that matter of fact? They never use their shields.
They're implying a deeper involvement and understanding of the system from these two.
Oh
They're
yeah,
very entrenched.
she's
It's very
been
immersive.
around. She knows her way around.
So he says
the trade
maybe that's
feds.
why they need it repaired.
Yeah.
They need it
What are these
repaired because they
characters
never
supposed to
use
be
it.
like? In their 20s, they've been working this job since they were 15.
For sure.
They know it in and out.
Oh yeah, for sure. What does that have to do with anything that was just said?
That conversation doesn't make any sense.
Now this whole dialogue is just to say that Trade Federation goons are goons and they're mean and they're bad people, obviously capitalist scum.
Yeah. But for no reason at all, he's like, we gotta activate the shields immediately. And then she's like, the mechanics are working on it. And then he's like, those shitheads are worthless compared to our cargo.
They're disposable. What does that have to do with what I just said?
Excuse
They're
me, sir,
working
they're
on the
working
shield.
on it.
What does that have to do with them being disposable? What in
Yes,
the
sir,
world did
know
I
you
just
like
witness?
To say they're disposable.
Those do not
He's gotta,
correlate
work
at
that
all.
He's like, I
every
know you're a big
conversation.
racist, but I didn't say anything that correlate with what you just said. Why would their comms be picking up the whole bridge?
Yeah.
The mechanics comms, like
The
do we
mechanics
have?
are,
We've got an
are
open
tapped
mic?
into the tapped into the bridge.
Hot mic.
somebody
you
was
guys got
leaning on
mics?
the push to talk button in the bridge. Whoops.
What the hell is that? Is that a normal ass campfire out in space?
Yes.
Of course, the problem being that there's no oxygen.
It's space gas.
No oxygen in space, so fires can't exist.
No,
But
it's
the-
space gas.
I think the real problem with this scene is the fact that our main character Osha has been on screen for like 30 seconds, and they're already ham-fisting her backstory in
Yeah.
through her trauma with
Just
fire.
having her flashbacks.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. What
It's
are the
just-
odds of this?
This whole
That's why
campfire.
she works in space.
Yeah, this whole
She's
campfire is
pyrophobic.
so weird because it's like, if you think about it, it comes down to the suspension of disbelief, where it's like, I can accept like explosions in space, you know, and I can accept sound in space, you know, because you hear the ships and stuff, and ships explode and stuff. But then when you see something like this, where it's like just a campfire and it's
Oh, yeah,
obviously
and
like
also the
flapping in the
sound.
wind, it's like,
You know, Star Wars has never really been like realistic when it comes to like sound in space. Obviously, there is no sound in space because there's no molecules to vibrate. But like that was like a full ass sparky explosion out in space, and then now it's a little campfire.
Yeah.
And the problem outside of the mechanics of it is plot-wise, you've shoehorned in the fact that she's traumatized by fire from her backstory
Yeah.
into the first minute of her character being on screen, which is
Right.
very clunky.
Home burned down as child. That's my simple interpretation.
I don't know anything about this character at all, except for that she is traumatized by fire. That's the one thing that I know about her so far.
Fire rises in space, by the way. Fun fact. Oh my gosh, dude, that's the sickest multi-tool. Can I get one? Imagine if your Swiss Army knife had a built-in girlfriend.
Jedi are so cringe.
ugh.
They knew it was Jedi by the shape of the ship, I'm assuming?
Why would
model
the
of
Trade
ship?
Federation have a problem with the Jedi?
Ugh.
Unless they're thinking about, because I mean, the Jedi wouldn't be a normal police force.
No,
right?
they are.
They're not
That's-
showing up
that's
here to
literally how-
enforce some gay ass. That's not what they would be doing, though. You know what I'm saying?
That is their role in the show. Wait, you'll see patterns of it.
it
Just wait.
shouldn't be.
I know, just wait. It's great.
So he instantly knew they were Jedi too.
They're here to give him a parking
Well,
ticket.
because they're tapped into the bridge comms. What do you mean?
Sublevel 23.
Holy
What?
shit. Okay,
Was that a threat?
it was a
Is
threat.
that a
yes.
microaggression?
Yeah, he's threatening to use his powers on him to get the information that he wants.
He's obviously not a good guy since he like instantly goes into that.
This must be like the California corner of space. They're like, oh, there's legislation you can't work on your own car.
The problem with mechnex. Oh, what a terrible name.
Yeah.
God damn.
Is that just a word for mechanic that works out in space?
I think so.
The problem with them all obviously being that astromechs exist to repair ships like this, and the idea that a faction as wealthy as the Trade Federation wouldn't have astromechs to work on their ships
Yeah.
is obviously laughable.
Right.
The fact that
That is a really good point, because these aren't just some rando traders. They are the Trade Federation.
Yeah.
exactly
They
and-
don't have any astromechs for some reason.
Yeah, the idea that a faction like the Trade Federation is like using some criminals on the side to fix their shield out in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere, rather than just like buying astromech droids and having them on board.
Yeah.
You know
That
who
are-
you don't have to pay? Astromech droids.
Yeah.
You have to pay mechnex. You have to feed mechnex.
That's
The,
like-
the idea of this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's like Amazon hiring people to carry packages instead of driving them around. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Yeah. And then, so the most egregious sin from this scene is the fact that Yord here knew where Osha was with absolutely no explanation at all. I guess maybe it's better to talk about this in the next scene.
Yeah. Once
But
he
this is
says-
the worst part. This is one of the biggest plot holes of
Yeah.
this first
once
episode.
once he says last night.
Yeah.
I just wanted to pay your old friend a visit.
Ah, yes, because we are such good old friends.
Whoa. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that this guy's obviously chasing a dangerous bounty, right? Because he's on edge. He reached for his weapon,
Right.
you know?
That's the implication. But the other clunky things from that bit of dialogue is Osha saying, "You finally passed your trials."
Even though it sounds like she's been gone for years.
Yeah, she's been gone for 6 years. They haven't seen each other
It's
for
just
6 years.
It's just friendship banter, you know? Old buddies.
Right. And he's been a Jedi Knight for 2 years.
Yeah.
And,
And he says, "I made night."
I made night. I
Which is
made night.
Really weird because
That's such a
Why
clunky
wouldn't
line.
you say
I'm a
I'm a
Jedi
Jedi
Knight
Knight now?
now. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're.
Well, you're never gonna get the Shakespearean speechcraft that you got from
Yeah.
priests.
It's just a
but-
shit line,
Yeah. It's
regardless
just-
of
yeah,
that
it's
at
just
all.
super
I
weird.
made Knight.
Yeah.
That's some 2024 dialogue bullshit right there. It sounds awful. The same as trade feds.
The outfits look kind of cheap, like the fabric quality and stuff.
By cheap, you mean cheeks, right?
Yeah, styling, but also material. Hey, he has a right to grab his weapon. That's a freaking dangerous multi-tool she's grabbing there.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Looks like she's grabbing a gun.
I
probably
know
punch a hole in you.
You couldn't convince me that thing doesn't have a blaster on the end of it.
Yeah.
It's a welder. It's
That's
a
a good
sonic
point.
screwdriver and a fire extinguisher. It just makes sense to have a blaster in there.
Dangerous job. It has its perks.
That's why it's illegal.
That line really bothers me because it implies that there are actual perks. I don't know if she's being sarcastic.
The perks are you get a place to live, right? They probably pay for her
I
food,
have no idea.
pay for her multi-tool phone service.
I got this cool iPhone, screwdriver, welder, fire extinguisher.
I was trained to be a Jedi. When that didn't pan out, those skills aren't exactly transferable.
What do you mean that's not transferable? You didn't want to like become a bounty hunter?
Literally, you go to any employer and you'd be like, I trained as a Jedi. And they're like, ooh.
That's
pretty
right.
cool.
All right. You
Yeah.
were raised and trained to be one of the most sophisticated individuals
and
in the galaxy, and
disciplined individuals in the world.
one of the most important factions in the galaxy, and you're like, oh, those skills don't really translate to anything. So I became a mechanic. All
Imagine
right.
you go to like a job interview and they're like, oh, what'd you do before? And you're like, oh, I trained as a Jedi for a while. And he's like, are you shitting me? He's like, wait, can you move stuff with your mind? She's like, I guess, but what does that have to do with anything?
Oh my God.
It's kind of a useless skill.
I have telekinetic powers, but those skills aren't really transferable to other jobs, and I really needed a paycheck, so I became a freaking mechanic. Nice.
You were mourning.
This is the part where we tell the audience all about our character. We're gonna tell the audience we're gonna tell our main character everything that she already knows. We're gonna say things out loud that all of us already know. We're going to ask questions that we clearly have on our file. When was it that you joined the order? Oh, when you were 8 years old? Yeah, that's what it says right here. I don't know why I'm telling you that, even though I am reading it right now. Oh
Yeah.
my
No, we
God.
just have to clarify and make sure you're the right person we're looking for.
Make sure you're you.
Mom died at a young age. Scared of fire. Your house burned down.
Well, we'll wait for this next bit of dialogue.
Oh no.
You lost your entire family. Your mother's, your sister.
Your mother's
house
Died in
fire.
fire before Master Soka
Oh, no.
sealed the Jedi.
Thanks for telling me everything that I already know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are the
So-
person that this thing happened to? This thing happened to you when you were younger? Wait, is this you that this thing happened to?
I assume what's happening here is that she is suspected for murder because of what her twin did, and somebody must have got like a snapshot of her or something, or the bar security cameras or something.
Well,
Well-
this next bit of dialogue, we'll see what they say.
You think that I killed her?
Where were you last night?
On this freighter.
Wait,
Why would
last
I
night?
kill in-
Hold on.
Last night.
That death happened last night.
Last night, Master Indara died.
I'm assuming she's orbiting the planet that that person died at then right now.
I wonder. Okay, let's get this straight. Let's get this straight here. Indara died last night, as in within 12 hours. They've located the suspect in the
Who's
entire
been-
galaxy. In your own words, the farthest from Coruscant that you can get. They found her within 12 hours based off of a verbal description, as in a black girl
What?
with red braids, and they found her.
To be fair, that's a pretty unique hairstyle.
It's been 6 years.
Okay, we are
And they
talking
found her
about
in
the
12 hours.
galaxy here.
We are talking about the galaxy. The entire galaxy. She could be anywhere.
She didn't.
They don't
she
give
didn't match the
absolutely any
description
reason.
of a person who killed someone in a neighboring state.
In fact, Yord says that she moves from ship to ship.
Are you serious that this is based on a verbal description of a person?
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine the council is like in New York, and then somebody's murdered in like Idaho, and then they go. The council in New York goes to Alaska like in 12 hours and finds her. That's like how ridiculous this is.
Yeah. More like they go to freaking Moscow
Yeah.
and find her. They go to Antarctica
What?
and find her. Just
We
like
suspect you because
within 12 hours. Like,
because Barkeep over here gave us a very convincing verbal description.
Yeah.
why would they write it this way? They didn't even have a throwaway line as to why they knew that she was there.
Yeah.
Why not fix this by just having a bar hollow recording of the assassin?
Exactly. But that doesn't even fix how they knew that she was there.
Or that it's a day later and she's on the other side of the galaxy or something.
What if I
don't
told
know where
you?
they are.
What if I told you that the bartender was about to come into this room and identify OSHA as the murderer? What if I told you that that's what is about to happen?
Did you hear in the background? He's like, I'll know her when I see her.
This guy's just been riding shotgun with these people all over the galaxy since yesterday.
Yeah.
Man, bro really dropped everything to go give a description. The simple way to fix at least that part of this plot point is to hollow call him and be like, hey, is this her? And he's like, oh. But he put a lot of effort into going across the galaxy to point the finger at her.
He's
It's
a
not
man
like
of justice.
It's not like coming down to the precinct and picking someone out of a lineup.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So they have to be
Skype
close,
calling
right?
him.
Because they traveled all this distance in a day. I was under the impression that
Yord
they were
says
getting,
that
like,
she is as
remote-
far away from Coruscant as you can get.
I was under the impression that they had gotten like a communication of this event, right? And a bounty of some sort. Not that they were coming live.
No,
from
that
the
is the
event.
case. Yord and his apprentice have traveled from Coruscant
Yeah.
to find her
We
in the
assume
middle
they
of
traveled
nowhere.
from
Coruscant,
Coruscant
but they
to
also-
Ueda, picked up Bro Barkeep,
Right.
and then literally telepathically knew where OSHA was
Where she was. Yeah.
and traveled there to a ship in the middle of nowhere.
They're like the CIA or FBI, you know? It's like once you let one of your boys go, you gotta keep tabs on
they
them.
were tapped in on that. One of her masters
Right.
was murdered last night, and she has been
Yeah.
framed for the murder and arrested. And this face right here, this is her reaction. She couldn't give less of a shit right now that her life is ruined.
And her
I
old
didn't know the
friend
guy.
came and accused her of it, and she's just like looks like
Oh,
she's
yeah, that part-
she just
that part
looks
makes it a little
annoyed, and
different.
she's like, "You're making a mistake."
Yeah. Like, this is just like an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Like, maybe she ran out of creamer for her coffee in the morning. She's like, this is kind of an annoying inconvenience. This is a mistake right here. Where's the Jedi ship?
Is that not it that they're taking off?
Nope, this is a Republic ship. It's a prisoner transport ship. It's a different ship. So the Jedi...
Did they not come
this,
on that?
This is the Trade Federation ship. The docked ship is a Republic transport ship. The Jedi just loaded her onto this. So where's the Jedi ship?
Remember the Jedi showed up in a very specific ship.
Yeah, it
when
had
they were
wings.
all like, "Oh, it's
it was
Jedi."
red and
Yeah.
red and yellow, and it had wings. Where is it? The Jedi are on the Trade Federation ship right now. Where's their ship?
Maybe this is a time cut. They called the police and they're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we got them." They brought a
Well,
prison ship.
it
and
does beg the question: where the hell did this Republic prisoner transport ship come from? And then the other question is, where's the Jedi starship? It disappeared.
Maybe it's
This
really
is
small.
this is
on the
act
other
no.
side.
This is a mistake.
Yeah.
It's a freaking mistake. They don't have a hangar. It's just a mistake. And it's kind of
Well,
a
they
shit mistake. There
also-
was no reason to have this mistake. They established there's no reason that they shouldn't be on the same ship. I wonder, Isaiah, why do you think Yord and his apprentice loaded OSHA onto a Republic prisoner transport ship instead of taking the Jedi murderer back to Coruscant on their personal ship? who's also a friend of yours, right? An old friend of yours. He doesn't bring her in himself. He loads her onto a Republic prisoner transport ship to bring her back to Coruscant. Why do you think that is?
Is she gonna escape, or did the Jedi's die or something?
Oh, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Is this the period?
Wait, I don't know where we are.
Wait, where?
Oh,
Where? Oh,
I wondered.
I thought this was.
Okay,
I
but-
thought this was Hoth. Back on Coruscant.
let's play Spot the White Boy Jedi.
Spot the white boy.
Where's Waldo?
It's so obvious.
I see fire. It grows larger.
Oh,
I can see
that's your
things
trauma.
that I
He's like, holy shit, this kid.
Get this kid out of here. It's a dark side user. So, Luma and I were talking about this. That it's really a nitpicky thing, but it's
Yeah.
just an example of how awkward all of the dialogue is in this show. This character here, his name is Master Soul. He's one of the, I guess, better characters
Yeah.
so far. In this lesson here, he describes, what was that? You want to back up just a tiny bit so I can see what the subtitle is?
Named after our solar system.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
It's chalked.
We're done.
And we're done.
Consumes everything.
It is a power that must be respected.
Wait, that's...
Like fire or the ocean.
So, is it odd for somebody on Coruscant to name the ocean? Is that
Yeah,
odd?
that wouldn't be a great analogy for somebody who lives in an entire city planet.
And
Don't you-
is the
Cityscape.
ocean our ocean, or is it an ocean? Is a large body of water on another planet called an ocean, or
Is there
the
one ocean in space?
Is our ocean the sea? The sea is the name of our ocean. And the only reason that I bring this up is because we've seen so many planets without large bodies of water, without
Actually, we've seen
oceans.
a lot of planets with large bodies of sand, actually.
Yeah. If he said
Right.
an ocean,
an ocean?
Yeah, if he said an ocean,
The
I'd be like,
definitive
okay.
ocean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like really nitpicky, but it's also like
He's talking to me.
you would
again.
never say that in this situation.
Right.
You would never say the
Right.
ocean because it
No,
it
that's
breaks
not a
it
thing.
breaks immersion
Yeah.
because it's modern speak.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
here on Earth
That's a good
speak.
pickup.
Because
More
fire is
writing
universal.
that makes no sense.
Yeah, fire is universal
Right.
Yeah.
because of friction.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it just doesn't.
No, I mean,
No, you're just
Anakin
dumb.
Obi-Wan
He's
were
talking
dodging-
about the space ocean. Everybody knows about it.
yeah. Is bald her default state?
No, I don't believe so. But let me say it again. This green bitch is a former personal assistant Leslie Headland's wife. Man, how did she secure this role, you think?
Probably
Probably-
talent.
Do you think
Yeah,
she
good
had to
acting.
audition?
Probably smashed it out of the park in the old auditioning.
Did
booth,
she have
I'm
to
guessing.
audition? So let me explain the narcissism levels here. The showrunner made her wife green and made her the leader of the Jedi Order.
Screw that little frog ass.
I'm realizing this in real time. Leslie Headland made her wife
Yeah.
Yoda and
Wow.
kept Yoda out of the show.
Well, Yoda wasn't gonna scissor on screen for it. Wait a second, is this a flashback, by the way?
Nope.
Because for a second there, I thought that little black girl who was talking about fire. I was like, oh,
That was a
no, your
boy,
child's
but
a-
yeah. I mean, who's to say? I didn't want to assume the child's gender. Oh my god.
You were so shy.
So, so that line, right? That line, I remember when you were that small, is to assert
So
dominance over him.
She's
older.
much older.
Yeah.
Right.
She's much older.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why wouldn't you say, I remember when we were that young?
Yeah. It's very clearly
Chud's
like,
owned. Widowy.
you're my bitch,
Yep.
basically.
Her makeup is shit.
It looks like they just put like the
It's
lightest.
very thin.
Yeah, they put one coat of green paint on her, and we're like, yeah, looks good. The human color, like around her.
I feel
her
like
neck
you could see the
and her
paint
chin
disappearing on the
and
right
her
side of her
eyes.
neck.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. her forehead.
Her
The
mouth
right
is
side of her
really
forehead.
bad.
Yeah.
She should be wearing contacts.
Yeah.
She's the alien race of that one Jedi in the Clone Wars who had an apprentice, remember? There is a very distinct difference in this makeup than the traditional race has been. The race has almost always had
has-
very dark contrasting lips.
Yeah.
Is that what she's supposed to be?
Yeah, Marielyn. The same as Barris.
That's what she is?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
She looks fucking
Look at-
terrible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Vernestra Rowe is the same alien race as
As
Luminara.
Luminara Unduli.
Yeah.
Her makeup is shite.
Yeah.
And you'll see here in this picture the detail that Lucas and company put into their aliens and their characters. $180
It looks
million
like-
dollar budget, by the way.
Is it just the angle or is her head tattoos look off-centered?
I thought that too. I thought
Yeah.
that as well. It's kind of hard to tell with that
Yeah.
big ass forehead.
I will make
Bad
her bald
cosplayer.
and put the
It's
markings
so
on her
bad
head.
that we didn't know that she was the same race.
Yeah.
We have a suspect in custody, an old Padawan of yours, O'Shaughnessy.
Already?
So he's standing
I
there
see I have
thinking.
underestimated your
I see I've underestimated your attachment to her because you blinked twice.
Yeah.
If it were to become public that a former Jedi killed one of our own,
Our political enemies could use it against us.
discretion is important.
I love how he finishes her sentence for her. What is the implication here, and why is it significant that this blurred out figure walks up behind them?
Yeah.
Do I have your support in this endeavor?
What's her support? What endeavor is she talking about?
That's the question I asked. I don't know why it was so clunky to me both times.
Keeping
but she
it a
says,
secret?
she
Then why did she
says,
even tell him in
enacting-
the first place?
She says enacting swift justice, making an example of her.
Sounds like the Jedi
Off
are
with her
trying
head.
to overthrow the Republic, like Palpatine says later.
Yeah.
The Jedi taking over.
The book.
Excuse me?
It's a parasite used to subdue violent criminals.
Didn't ask.
When did I ask?
Keep in mind, she knows that this guy is a very violent criminal and knows that like he had to be subdued because of that.
Yep. This is an important line here. She responds to him saying like, "What? You're going to stay here and leave your fate up to the Jedi?" And her response is, "I have faith in the Jedi. Yes, I am going to stay here."
The Jedi.
What we have here is called a plot contrivance, a plot
It's a video game
convenience
sequence.
that there just so happens to be. Not only do the Jedi decide not to bring in their old friend on their personal starship, there just so happens to be a cyborg on board that can totally disable all of the droids on board the ship. Not only that, but there so happens to be only droids piloting the ship and no living beings to make it really easy for them to escape. It's all
Yeah.
like the shittiest contrivance.
Whoa, but not in a neat manner, though, apparently. But they're right next to a planet. How convenient.
That droid is so shit,
What?
he just pulls the arm off like it's freaking Toys R Us droid.
And also, he's just got like a wireless open key
Yeah.
on his palm.
Yeah.
Rip your head off.
So as we've seen here, there are two extremely easy ways to open this cell. So they've established, because she asked about the violent criminal, that she's such a good-natured person that she can't leave the violent criminal behind to die.
It's also a taser.
Why have we never seen somebody else in Star Wars use the tool like this? It can literally do anything. If Han Solo had one of these when his hyperdrive broke, he could have fixed it in 3 minutes. So here we
You can't
see
get everything.
we see the ship entering orbit and turning into a fucking fireball. But don't worry, she put her seatbelt on. And then we cut. So we cut from it turning into a literal fireball entering the orbit to crash landing on the
Atmosphere.
surface.
Prisoner mutiny. Transport went down over Karlak.
on the ocean.
Not among the survivors.
From one scene to the next, the prisoners that escaped
What?
and took the escape pods
Are
have
on
now
Coruscant.
teleported to Coruscant cells at
What
the Jedi
is
Temple.
the timeline here? What is happening? What is time and space?
It's
Apparently-
piss.
Yeah.
We're
Apparently you
breaking
can
both of them right
hyperspeed
now.
anywhere within like a second, unless you're on a prison transport.
They went to this planet to pick up these escape pods
Yeah.
And didn't search
check
the wreckage.
out the wreckage.
Yeah.
This is more than breakneck speed. This is
Yeah.
nonsensical.
They're
the
teleporting.
way that this is progressing.
They are
Yeah, they're
literally
teleporting,
teleporting.
really.
She helped me, and I betrayed her.
It doesn't clear
I'm sorry.
Laura's murder.
She
Well,
helped me and I
It doesn't make
betrayed
any
her and
sense
left her to
because
die.
then Vernestra or whatever,
Yeah.
right after that, she's like, that doesn't dissolve her of murdering a Jedi. It's like, why would that? She was helping a
Right.
violent criminal escape.
Yeah,
And then
I
he
didn't
left
imply
her.
that.
Yeah. I didn't imply she was a good person. Just implied that she was helping the criminals escape.
That's a weird
That
way.
wasn't
But
some
in their
kind of
mind, they're like, oh,
redemptive
she's such a good
act."
person.
She
but
helped
that
the
didn't show
criminals
that she was a
escape.
good person at all.
Yeah.
I request permission to go to Kal and bring Osha in myself.
You're far too valuable here.
So
What?
what? Exactly.
In these times of peace,
In
we
these
need
times
you
of
here
peace.
fighting the politicians.
They need him there to talk to 8-year-olds about closing their eyes and ask him what they see.
So true.
Talking about the
This
ocean.
woman
They
is
just-
such a prick. A Jedi murderer who's also an acquaintance or friend of all of these people,
And apprentice.
is on the loose. You don't think that that's the most
This
important
is
thing going on right now?
unprecedented.
You're
This is
too
unprecedented,
valuable.
master.
You're too valuable at the temple talking to 8-year-old.
So true.
The
We
reasoning.
can't stand to let you go, even though it'll take probably 5 hours based on the timelines that we've.
You mean 5 minutes?
yeah.
No, seriously. The
one
next scene
jump
that
cut.
happens.
Yeah.
The next scene that happens, they get to Karlak in 5 minutes. Why isn't she strapped into the chair?
That was
Can you
cool.
see her breath?
Nope, no breath.
It looks warm, I guess.
It's very warm. No budget for cold breath.
Those are cut up. Yeah, that's cut up paper. Oh my God! Are you joking?
We're on Karlak.
Guys, I think this is Karlak, the planet that was referenced like 6 times now.
In
Jeez.
case you were
So
retarded.
this is Karlak. I'm thinking.
Wait, was that last place?
I'm following.
Coruscant? God, I forgot about this.
Hey, yo.
Thank you for choosing me for this mission.
Yod, put your clothes on.
Oh my God! Look at that vein. Yeah. Is this guy a pedophile? Like,
I mean, did you see her look him up and down?
did you
No,
see the way
he's
he
just-
looked
And
at
his
her?
smirk?
That looked like piss.
That was PS2 cutscene right there.
That was a PS2 cutscene.
Me, is it really you?
No, it's a fucking hallucination. Like, I don't understand
Now,
what we're supposed to think
logically,
about this. Like,
That's the thing. Is
they're
if-
connected.
If we're gonna actually talk about this scene seriously,
It's like a Dagobah cave, you know?
but you don't have to do it this way. It is a Dagobah cave. That's exactly what it's meant to be. But the problem is you don't have to do it this way because you're going to show the flashbacks in episode 3. You don't have to tease it this way. It's just a little bit of mystery to fill the time.
You sure about that?
So I guess we'll see. Good casting,
Oh, but
I
it
guess.
was just a dream. Okay. That makes everything a lot more confusing.
It does, doesn't it?
I would have actually been impressed if she woke up strapped in.
Yeah, like
don't
her
see why you wouldn't
hallucination
do
was her
that.
not being strapped in, and then once she
Right,
actually
and there was
wakes
like
up, she's
subtle
strapped in.
things you weren't picking, like
Yeah.
subtle nonsenses
And
that
you're
you weren't
like,
picking
"Oh,
up
that
on,
makes
really.
sense." Yeah.
Except we were.
Yeah,
That was her name. May. I saw her die.
he saw her die.
You don't think
sure
her
you.
sister, her having a twin sister, might be a little bit relevant to the events that are happening right now? Granted, things are happening so fast, right? What, this is like a couple hours after he's heard about Indara dying and Osha being the main suspect. You don't think that that would maybe come up at all? But then again,
On the
if
other
you
side of
saw
the
her die
galaxy.
with your own eyes, I mean, it is what it is.
Clearly someone's been here, Yod.
Scavengers, Padawan.
What do they mean? Clearly, someone has been here. Based off of what?
Footprints in the snow.
Footsteps only leaving, and he's like, scavengers, dumbass.
There are one set of footprints
Yeah.
in the snow leaving this ship.
Where is she, by the way? Is she just out there mucklucking it out in the snow?
I think we're about to find out.
We must be 10 seconds behind her.
Oh,
He
he's
must be
killing-
prepared to
he's
kill
gonna
someone.
He's ready to kill
He's ready
somebody.
to kill.
He's got blood in his eyes.
So what has led us to this point is the fact that Yord didn't bring her back to Coruscant on his ship, allowed, what, 20 minutes of the episode to happen?
Dude,
Literally
she
all of the
crashed?
events, the action of this episode exists because Yord did not take her back to Coruscant on his ship.
There's
He
no
threw
reason he
her in
wouldn't.
with-
Right.
He went all the way on this special mission that has significance to him personally, only to throw her into a cage with a bunch of like thug rats to be shipped off.
One
to,
of his
what,
old
a
friends,
normal-ass
too.
Prison.
An old
Right.
friend of his, he treated
Were they
like
gonna
that.
send her to a normal Republic prison, or why would the Jedi not grab her and take her to their own?
Well,
you
I don't
into
know.
their
They
own
took those
custody? That
random
doesn't make any
prisoners
sense.
back to the Jedi Temple.
That's a good point. Like, why are they policing common thugs?
Yeah.
Are
The
they,
only
like,
way
the
that can
justice
make sense is
system?
that they need to question them as to where Osha is. She proclaims that she has faith in the Jedi to handle her justly. The Jedi come to save her, and not only that,
And
all
she's
of
about
her
to
old
jump off a cliff 'cause
friends
she's scared.
come to save her, and she panics and falls to her death.
Yeah. You could
Tries
argue,
to fall off her death.
You could argue when
Should
she
she not
first
feel
saw the
safer?
Yeah, you could argue when she first saw the ship coming in, she thought it could be like bad people or whatever. So that's why
Sure.
she started running it first. But as soon as she realizes who it is, she'd be like,
Instead,
"Oh."
she freaks out
Yeah.
when her oldest friend is there to take care of her and is like, "Oh, it's okay. Come with me. I know you're not the murderer. It's all chill." She has a psychotic breakdown and tries
And
to yeet herself off of a cliff for dramatic tension. This shit is so contrived, and anybody that says that they like this show, your taste is piss. This show is terrible, and you should be ashamed of yourself for finding something like this entertaining. So this is the final scene coming up.
Stupid little shit.
I believe you.
last scene he said that he saw her die,
He changed his mind.
and he changed his mind.
It's
and he saw
it's
her
kind
die.
of all adding up.
Steel or laser are no threat to them.
She literally killed one with steel
Steel.
at the beginning of the
Whoa.
episode.
An acolyte kills the dream.
I don't know what all that cryptic bullshit is. I don't understand.
It's
Bro's
piss.
making up shit.
It's piss. How
He might have
ironic
just
is
been,
it
like,
that
trying to feel the moment?
they didn't learn from the most cringe scene in Solo of Maul igniting his lightsaber for no reason at the
Yeah.
end of the movie? That's literally exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Something that was memed
well,
because it was stupid.
It would be too ambiguous if he didn't light his lightsaber.
Oh, he's
Just
got a red
cloaked
lightsaber.
figure.
I
It's
understand
red.
now.
It's red. It's the
I'm
bad
retarded.
guy. His lightsaber's red. Kill us. So that's episode 1. What a banger. An acolyte kills without a weapon.
Acolyte.
Kill the dweeb.
Is that like a Kylo helmet he's wearing?
People have been calling him Smilo Ren.
Yeah.
No way.
He's got a
It's
little,
a female too.
yeah, got a little smile on there.
Obviously, this guy's not winning any battles against a Jedi because he's holding a weapon.
Exactly.
true.
I can't wait to find out. You think Yord's gonna take his shirt off again?
I hope so.
Oh my goodness.
Do you think he's gonna watch a fight from 10 feet away with binoculars?
If he were to do something
Wait,
like
what?
that,
Bro, I have no idea.
that sounds really preposterous and silly. So, what would you rate that experience as, Isaiah?
Well, I think I'll give it a 3, but that's like on comprehension, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like narrative comprehensiveness, it's like a 3. Like it damn near doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would give it a 2, and those 2 points being existing from the intention. The intention is almost interesting,
Yeah.
and the execution is horrific. Mainly being all the dialogue is so clunky. There's no line of dialogue that doesn't have a specific intention.
Yeah.
That's always directed at the audience, which makes the characters feel not real. That was our very brief breakdown of Star Wars The Acolyte, Episode 1. If you stayed with us to the end of the video, leave us a like and tell us down in the comments section what you thought of The Acolyte, Episode 1. Tune in next time when we'll break down Episode 2 and the three of us brothers break our brains as we try to comprehend where the story is going next.